Right, we asked you, let's end the show with your ultimate 11, Robert. When it comes to the World Cup, the boys have been, of course, doing it throughout the week. Let's take a look at who you've chosen. De Gea in goal, Marcelo, Ramos, Godin, Kimmich, De Bruyne, Kante, Modric, Neymar, Ronaldo, and Messi. There is a problem.
It's a big problem
with your 11 because, according to our programme, you couldn't have those three up front because those three are the attacking players. You need a striker. You're going to have to take out one of Neymar, Ronaldo, or Messi.
Well, I think Ronaldo now is a centre-forward, but apparently he's not, according to this.
Allowed.
He's not allowed. So I'm going to take him out the team because I don't think he's anywhere near as effective out on the left wing as Neymar would be. And I'm going to put in Luis Suarez. I think he'll have a good World Cup.
You have Suarez?
I'm going to have Suarez in. He didn't have a good season this year, but I think he might...
He didn't have a good season. That's a good start.
I think he might come to the fore in this World Cup.
So Shaka had Lewandowski. Why would you have Suarez over Lewandowski?
I've seen Lewandowski play for Poland. He's not been anywhere near as effective as he is for Bayern Munich. There are. So there's one reason. Griezmann, I wouldn't put him as an out-and-out centre-forward. I think he's somebody that likes to come short rather than running behind. So I wouldn't have him... If you were saying, is there a centre-forward, I wouldn't have him as a centre-forward. Suarez is a centre-forward. The next one would be Cavani. He's a centre-forward as well.
I was going to go Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, yeah, is another centre-forward. But I would go with Suarez as the main...
Should we name every centre-forward?
What we're talking about...
Could you say he's a centre-forward?
Somebody said Griezmann. I wouldn't have him as a centre-forward.
Well, he was in the list as a centre-forward.
Ronaldo should be in the list as a centre-forward. He's a centre-forward these days.
We've talked a lot about Neymar leading up to this World Cup, the favourite to be the player of the tournament. It's interesting, in the past, you haven't been on the Neymar bandwagon, is it?
No.
You kind of define him as a luxury player.
A little bit of a luxury.
Has your mind changed slightly?
A little bit when he plays for Brazil. I think he's been excellent. In the friendlies, I've seen him play for Brazil. He's been top quality. He's scored goals. He's run with the ball. He's been a good team player. He's worked harder defensively under the new coach. But he's still, and we were talking about club football, he's still been a problem at PSG to a certain degree.
But there seems to be a different Neymar when he's with club than
Absolutely.
with country.
When he's playing for his country, he looks a better professional. He looks as though he works harder off the ball. He looks as though he wants to get on with everybody. When he's playing for his club, he looks as though he wants to be the number one. And if the ball doesn't get to him, he's frustrated. I don't like his antics with diving and play acting and trying to get players sent off. So... And if I was, and what we were talking about last year, if I was a manager of one of the top sides, a Barcelona, Real Madrid, a PSG, a Manchester United, he wouldn't be the player I would bring in to make my side the great side that they wanted to be, because I wouldn't trust him.
I think you were the only one in the midfield of the boys that had Modric, actually. I think everyone else had Cruz.
Well, we were at the game together, the Champions League final. If there's one player that when people want to press him, that can just wriggle out of situations and change the pace of the game or play around pressure, switch the play, Luka Modric is that player. I think he's a magnificent footballer, and that's why I've got him in that midfield.
It's interesting you got Sergio Ramos there, and as you say, we're at the final together. We didn't quite see exactly what everyone else saw, because obviously you're in the stands, but what do you make of everything that's happened after, with regarding the coverage that Ramos has got?
I don't think Ramos meant to damage Salah. I think he's still an exceptional... He'll have his moments where he can get sent off. We know he can be rash, but I still think he's a top-class defender, and he's proved it time and time again with Spain, with Real Madrid.
And for a man who loves his defence and loves the organisation, Marcelo at left-back?
He'll go forward because Ramos was sitting behind, as we discussed in the Champions League final.
At length, I seem to remember, Robbo.